Early voting in the Texas primaries begins next week, and we've been talking with candidates in various races to help you make a decision at the ballot box. Today in Texas this week, we sit down with State Representative Dawnna Dukes to discuss her time in office and why she wants to be re-elected. Business owner Dawnna Dukes was elected to the Texas House of Representatives in 1996. The Austin native has spent the past 11 terms representing District 46, which encompasses parts of East Austin, Manor, and Pflugerville. This past legislative session was one filled with criticism and controversy for her. Dukes was indicted and charged with 13 felony charges and 2 misdemeanors. The Travis County District Attorney later dropped all charges, and Dukes is running to keep her seat.
How are you doing today? Good.
We sat down to discuss this past session and her campaign. Tell our viewers why you're seeking re-election.
Why am I seeking re-election to the Texas House of Representatives? For the same reason that I ran the very first time, and that is to represent the issues of a district that I have lived in for all of my 54 years, 3 generations of family, the concerns that the city of Austin and the county have historically set upon as slightly different for our district, and those who do not grow up in the area, lived in the area for a long time, have not been as familiar with. We are in the middle of a time where Democrats are the minority. And it's very important to have a voice that not only has expertise on how the legislature operates, but as well knows specifically the concerns of his or her district and is able to make sure that every single vote that they make is in the best interest of the constituents of District 46, not the makeup of a municipality or a county or the school district or for the state. Those are important concerns, but when we make those decisions, we need to make sure that the priority is District 46 constituents and our area and what each of those government levels do. And that's what we control at the state level. And I have the ability to do that.
Yeah. You faced some challenges this past legislative session, and we want to be transparent and we want to give you an opportunity to discuss some of those things, starting with the criminal charges that were filed against you and later dropped. What do you want our viewers to know about that ordeal?
Well, I think that it's very important for the viewers to know that those charges were baseless from the very beginning. As I had stated that I was innocent from the very beginning, the dismissal proves that I was. I was ready to go to trial so that I could bring out a lot of information that I think the people in this community need to know about our criminal justice system and how it operates, and need to know about how so many African-American elected officials in Travis County have had same or similar experience where charges were brought against them, and after they lost re-election, then the charges were dropped. They were forced, or there were attempts made to try to force them to resign. There were 4, maybe 5 attempts to force me to resign and to try and humiliate and ruin me in the court of public opinion, all for one purpose, and that was to get me out of this seat. Here we believe that we have a county that is majority Democrat, and if that is the case, we don't believe in that type of politics where you abuse the system for an outcome. And I need to be back in the legislature so that I can bring forth measures that every single person who faces the criminal justice system is ensured that they are treated as innocent until proven guilty, and they're not a statistic in the system as I became, because that process, although people think, well, she didn't go to jail, but that process completely ruined my financial stability, the health and welfare of my family, the emotional stability of my child. Every banking relationship was rescinded and cut, and they were so evil that they went after every single contract that my business had to try and bring me to my knees and force me to resign. That's not justice. That's malicious.
You know, you also faced some criticism, which I think you alluded to some of that, but you faced some criticism regarding your attendance record. Talk to us about how people can be assured that if you are reelected, you will be there to do the job.
Well, I think people know that in my 22 years of serving, that I have been there to do the job. That's why my name is so well known. And that is why the more conservatives come after me more than others, because I'm active when I am on the House floor or in committee, and have always been. This past legislative session, I didn't choose for the district attorney to choose to indict me and to begin a trial. The pressure of that trial takes a toll on a person. Stress can take a toll on everyone. Both of my parents had strokes during the session because of the stress that was involved. My daughter, she had multiple issues. And I don't care what anybody says, when your child needs you, you leave. And in February, my doctors think that maybe the pressure is what finally sent me to where a predisposition from injuries and the car wreck caused me to finally develop full-blown multiple sclerosis and myasthenia gravis dually, right in the middle of the session at the end of February.
Given your diagnosis, do you feel you're confident and able to serve?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it gives me so much more that I can bring to the table. Going public and sharing my diagnosis, I have met so many people who either have multiple sclerosis or who have a loved one who has multiple sclerosis. It is a disease that you just have to manage. And I'm fortunate that I have a very good neurologist who found the right type of management for me every so many weeks. I do intravenous treatments. I work while I'm getting the treatments. I have worn portable packs, had it underneath my jacket or my shawl, and been on the House floor to vote and at the microphone debating, and no one would know the difference until the buzzer goes off that maybe there's an occlusion.
When Texas This Week continues, Dukes discusses why she's the best candidate to represent District 46 and where she stands on issues important to voters.
We have a kid who's here in the school